Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, and we are at Disney's BoardWalk. Where are we going today?
We're going to the Cake Bake Shop, which is a really awesome bakery that we have seen advertised online before, and I've been wanting to go just to check it out to see about potential future business opportunities for myself, to possibly grow my business in the future, and I'm excited to just experience it. We're gonna have high tea.
Never done high tea before.
No idea. And I didn't know if we were supposed to dress up or not, but we kind of did.
Well, we actually talked to them, and they said you can come as you are, because they know you're coming from Disney, and so they just said, nope, just come. But we decided to dress up just a little bit to look the part.
I feel like you should, though.
Well,
like you need to have pinkies up.
Pinkies up.
Pinkies up. That means I'm not going to wear jean shorts.
That's right.
But
now we need to figure out where this place is.
We have no clue where we're going because none of the signs pointed where we're supposed to go. I'm sure somebody will point us in the right direction.
Let's hope so. So we are walking to the cake bake shop, and look who we found. A turtle.
Turtle friend, you're going to get run over.
Look at that little guy.
They're so cute. They're only $60. I see a spatula I have to have. Oh, it's a 2-pack. I'm loving that there's actually a few items here for baking. One of the things I really love, silicone mats, lots of uses for this. I love using this for macarons so they don't stick to your pan, for cookies or anything, just as a pan liner, and putting fondant work on here so that it doesn't stick to your surface after you're done sculpting it. This one is really cute. I might have to get this too.
All right, guys, we are getting ready to head into the cake bake shop for our, what's it called?
High tea.
High tea. And
never done something like this.
Never ever done it, but we are going to give it a try. So let's check in.
I wouldn't mind having to wear that light pink color like every day of my life. That would be amazing.
Happy anniversary, that. May your afternoon be filled with regal celebration, memorable moments, and delicious delights. Very classy.
First experience, we'll be starting with a tea presentation of all of the different types of teas that they provide so that we can smell them and see them. They did ask that we do not video record the actual presentation, but we can take lots of photos. So we will be checking in with you periodically, and it looks like she's coming up to our table now, so we will check in soon. Okay, so we just experienced the presentation of all the different teas. It was really nice to be able to smell and see and hear a little bit about every tea. What I will say is that the smell is totally different of these teas than the ones that you would get at the grocery store, at your local places. Really high quality. It just smells amazing. She lifts up the cloche, and we were to just smell the aromatics inside of the lid of that cloche. And it was really nice to be able to smell the aromatics and to just focus on it. And I actually appreciate that they don't want videoing during that, because otherwise you wouldn't be focused. And I actually appreciate that. She presented every single one, starting with more full-bodied and working their way down to our non-caffeinated lighter teas that are fruitier. We both got to choose our first tea to be able to start with. The nice thing is you can switch up flavors if you're not loving it, or if you just finished your cup, you can change to a different flavor. It's really nice to be able to try the different ones. Nat chose to start with the breakfast blend, and I'm choosing to start with an Earl Grey. Though it sounds boring, but at the same time, these are not your traditional breakfast blend and Earl Greys. They smell amazing, and the flavor profile is just completely different and unique than your traditional grocery store. So excited to get started.
First, again, I'm just so impressed by this. They do a customized little welcome, and we're celebrating our anniversary. Though it's been a couple of months, we're celebrating today, and just nice little touch that makes it feel extra special. I knew that this place was based in Indianapolis, but I didn't know really the backstory of Gwendolyn, the owner. Apparently, she ended up entering some competition in London, and she was the only woman, and she made this chocolate cake, and it won the competition, and Elton John was there. He actually booked her to fly to Paris and make a birthday cake for him. But this whole idea of hers is only 10 years old, And to go from baking in a competition to baking for Elton John to opening up a restaurant in Indianapolis to opening up a second restaurant in Indianapolis, and then now 9 years later, she opens up her restaurant in Epcot. I would say, one, if you are an entrepreneur and you have dreams, go for it. Don't hold back. Try it. What's the worst case scenario? You fail. But she did it. And I mean, look around this place. It is a gorgeous experience, wonderful atmosphere, professional, makes you feel really special. And I don't know Gwendolyn, but I think she has expressed her heart in this place. And what a wonderful, beautiful experience for anyone. When I look around the building here, you see couples, you see individuals, you see families, and it just transports you into a different place. So far, highly recommend the Cake Bake Shop and the afternoon tea.
They obviously have this down to a complete chemistry. They know exactly how long these need to steep for. So one of the cool things is that our scones, which is our first food option, will be timed perfectly with when our tea will be finished steeping. And so it's kind of cool to see that they take this seriously and that there truly is a chemistry to all of this. Nat and I are not major tea connoisseurs. We do enjoy a good cup of tea every once in a while, but we really are not very educated in this area. So it's just really interesting to hear about true tea experience and to do it correctly. Check out that amazing scone covered in glitter.
I'm going to try it first without any cream, but I learned to drink tea with cream or milk when I was in Kenya, and it makes it pretty good. I don't know how to describe it other than it tastes like a black tea. Very good.
And just like Nat suggested earlier, it's always good to try it without any additional things, just to get the full flavor profile. Very hot, but that's how you want your tea. That is perfectly steeped. I love that. It's not overpowering. And again, I chose the Earl Grey. And again, this is not a traditional Earl Grey. There's some other flavor profiles in here. Happily combines black teas with the finest of Caliberian bergamot, a great classic. Always appreciate it. And you can definitely taste that bergamot. And then in front of us, we have scones. I will say massive scones. Look at the size of that thing. They said they're very buttery, not dry, because some scones can be really dry, which is why they usually pair them well with a tea or a coffee. And then we have multiple different options to add on to our scone. I'm looking forward to this. Very flaky and definitely more towards a muffin or cornbread consistency compared to the rock hard scones that we're used to. One word of advice that she gave us is maybe not eat the entire thing because of its size, because you'll fill up and not have room for our continuing courses.
There's a place in Lincoln we have gone to in the past called Grateful Bread, and they do all these different savory and sweet scones. And I would say they're delicious, but they're always very dry. And so she described this as almost like a biscuit. Again, as Tiff said, these are massive. But this has got lemon and blueberry in it. We'll see if I can taste them all. Absolutely, it is. It's like a biscuit. It's got glitter on it, and the blueberry is there, but it doesn't punch you in the face. And very subtle with the lemon. I'm going to try some of this cream cheese butter mix. The good thing about vacations are you eat like you want. The bad thing is when you get back to home, you pay for it. But man, I'm telling you, this is a good biscuit. Take two. That is mind-blowing how good that is. Butter and that cream cheese all over. That is excellent. You got to try that.
We just received our tiered tray filled with lots of amazing goodies. So on the bottom tier, we have an herbed goat cheese with thinly sliced cucumber. Then we also have an egg salad. And then we have a chicken salad, a Norwegian smoked salmon. And then on the second tier, we have raspberry jam crumble bar, which is this one right here. So it's raspberries jam. Then we have a lemon bar, and we have a magic bar. So it's a chocolate truffle. And then you have her famous chocolate cake that they made into a cupcake form. And then I believe she said this is a strawberry and cream macaron. So the chocolate cake that they added onto these trays are only available with the afternoon tea experience. So it's pretty cool that we get to try it. And this is the cake that made the owner famous. And it's the one that Elton John had ordered for his birthday cake. So I'm excited to actually try that because I'm a bit of a picky person, especially when it comes to cake and especially when it comes to chocolate cake. First up, I grabbed the egg salad and the chicken salad. I am going to eat these with my fingers just because I feel like you should, because it's a finger sandwich. So first up is the chicken salad, which looks like it has some grapes and of course glitter. Not sure if that's picked up on the camera, but there's glitter on everything. Well, this edible glitter is super high quality. Like, it has an iridescence to it, which is hard to find in an edible glitter. So I'm really curious to know where they get this stuff made, because I would love to have some of this back at home for my own cake decorating. But let's give this a try. Seems like a pretty typical chicken salad. It's good though. The bread is very moist, has a nice mayonnaise base. I taste a little bit of celery, grapes, and a really tender chicken to it. It's not tough, which I appreciate as well. I don't like super tough or dry chicken. So the chicken in here is very nicely, finely shredded, which I like as well. I don't like giant chunks in my chicken salad. So this is a perfect chicken salad sandwich. I love it. Let's move on to the egg salad, which also has some celery in it and that amazing glitter. Same bread, nice and soft. I love egg salad. It's one of my favorite sandwich types is an egg salad that's well balanced. It's not overly filled with mayonnaise. I like that. And I actually enjoy the celery. Sometimes I don't. And I actually like the little crunch in here and the little bite of freshness.
I got the cucumber with goat cheese on it, and then Norwegian smoked salmon. I'm curious about this one. Herb, goat cheese, and cucumber. Makes me kind of happy I'm eating glitter. I'm a pretty princess. That's really, that's really light and refreshing. Like, again, I'm not a cucumber guy, but man, the way that cucumber just blends in with that herb goat cheese, and that goat cheese is not bitter or really strong flavored. It's really mellow. This Norwegian smoked salmon, always a big fan of smoked salmon. It's all too pretty to eat, but I'm hungry. It's lunchtime. That is an excellent salmon. I mean, just melts in your mouth. Yeah, the bread is really moist. Both of these are really good sandwiches. Highly recommend the tea time so far. Wow, really great.
All right, so we are moving on to the dessert round of our experience. And first up, I'm going to be sampling the lemon bars. Nice and tender bottom with a really stereotypical lemon curd filling and a little bit of powdered sugar and of course glitter on the top. It's a very traditional lemon bar. It is light, lemony, but yet has good balance. I do like that the crust is a little bit thicker to help give you a little bit of a difference in that flavor. Consistency is just how it should be. Baked perfectly, not overly gooey, but not dry either. Definitely love that. Lemon is one of my favorite flavors. Also going to be sampling the raspberry crumble bar, also complete with glitter. We'll see if I can even cut into this. Looks like a shortbread on the bottom with a nice raspberry ribbon in the middle and your crumble on the top. It definitely does taste like it has a nice shortbread on the bottom. A little bit of vanilla there. Really small ribbon of that raspberry. I actually feel originally that would looked a little bit too small, but I think they did it well. If you had too much of that raspberry, that flavor would come forward and you would only get full-blown raspberry. So I actually appreciate that. And the crumble on top is a little bit drier and crumbly, exactly how it should be. Really solid bar. Love it.
I am trying the 7-layer bar here, or it's a magic bar. Maybe it's magical because of all the glitter and all the layers. I don't know. I don't even know what's in here. It looks like a little bit of coconut and some chocolate, some walnuts. I'm not a baker, so I don't pretend to be one, but it looks legit. It's chocolatey, coconutty, creamy, nice little crunch with the walnut. Yeah, really solid dessert. This isn't something I would normally order. I'm not a big dessert guy, as you guys know, but I do like coconut. And so overall, yeah, very solid dessert. Yep, definitely recommended.
So we're moving on to the top tier, which has our French macaron, and this I am super pumped about. This is a chocolate cake with a chocolate ganache filling finished with the sea salt. This is the cake that Gwendolyn herself, this is what started it all. She was a home baker just like me. This is the chocolate cake that she took for this competition where she ended up winning. So I am super pumped to try this. I'm going to start though with the macaron, which I believe was the birthday cake macaron. I love macarons. Had a lot of them in my life and I've tried to bake them as well. And I know they're not easy to bake. That's a well-baked macaron. The shell is filled, has a little bit of a crust on the outside, which is exactly what you want. Has a very small choux, which is the flange right here. Also the sign of a good baked macaron. The filling is very light and fluffy. It's not overbearing. It's a very nicely baked macaron. Flavor-wise, it has a really nice quality vanilla taste too, though. It doesn't taste artificial, which is good to know. Yeah, love this. I'm going to move on to the chocolate cake. I do want to try to get into that center since she said there's a filling. Yep, there's some chocolate ganache right there. That is really a mix of a chocolate cake and a brownie. Just super rich dark chocolate flavor. This is exactly what I aim for with my chocolate cakes as well. Very, very moist. The chocolate ganache in the center is really perfect consistency where it's not too hard. It's very easy to have a ganache go a little bit too hard when it gets in the cooler. And then your buttercream on top is very, very light and fluffy. I really enjoy this. I would actually eat the entire thing because of how light that buttercream is. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of really heavy buttercreams, but this is perfectly balanced, and that sea salt on top just helps to elevate that flavor and to balance that out a bit. Definitely love this chocolate cupcake.
I am trying the French macaron, and I don't know what the flavor is. It's French, so I don't know if that means armpit hair or what's going on here, but I'm going to give it a try. I don't think I would probably smell this or taste this and know the flavor. I think it might be lemon, but I think it also might be French. But it could be just sugar. So I don't really know what the flavor is. Tiff's gonna know it right away because she's did like that. But it's nice, it's light, refreshing. This is a raspberry truffle. Here's the inside. This is very raspberry forward, but when you mix it with that chocolate ganache inside, that dark chocolate, it really brings it all together. It's actually a really nice feel in your mouth as well. It kind of melts in your mouth. Yeah, I would say that's a very solid truffle. Would definitely buy a box of these, of a variety. Not the raspberry forward, of course, but overall, man, that's a really good truffle.
All right, we just finished up our experience here at the Cake Bake Shop. Definitely an experience I highly recommend if you have the time. Financially, it's a little bit of a splurge, but worth it for those special occasions, or even if you just love cake and you love high tea. It's a beautiful atmosphere. The staff was amazing. I enjoyed every single second of it, and the glitter that is everywhere. I even noticed a couple of glitter speckles on his forehead, which I almost didn't even point out because I think it's adorable.
Yeah, definitely check this place out. We spent over 2 hours and it went by so fast, and it was top-notch service, great tea, great desserts, great sandwich. Definitely check out the Cake Bake Shop here on the boardwalk near Epcot. And that's a wrap on our cruise series, and thanks so much for watching and coming along with us for the whole adventure.
If you enjoyed it, please like this video, share it with a friend, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so that you don't miss where we take off next.
And speaking of next, we're heading west for 48 hours in Los Angeles.
We'll try some local restaurants, explore a beautiful botanical garden, and visit the 50th anniversary of Jaws experience at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures.
So pack your appetite, your walking shoes, and maybe stay out of the water.
We'll see you in LA.
Time to take off.